Let me find my goddess. Where are you, goddess? There you are. Caradwin. In the background, Lady Caradwin provides all of the Awen. Let me see my shows on. It is good to see you. It is I, your spiritual entertainer. We're going to be talking about goddesses, in particular Hecate. At some point I will be doing this. Good to see you. Dominator, here with less whips, with less chains, overcoming his sadomasochism. Thank you for being here with us, Dominator. Good to see you. Let me give my introductory poem by William Blake. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night is worn and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, why wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, has given thee to the break of day. There you have it, one of my favorite poems by the great druid, William Blake. Good to see you, Vixen. And this poem to me it reminds me of, what we are called to do, to awaken the world. We have a symbiotic spiritual relationship with all things. I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow, really. Talking about this idea of, earth-based theme spirituality. We are responsible for the spirituality of the trees, and they are responsible for our spirituality. We share in the same mystery. Just like you and I, we share in the same mystery. I am responsible for your growth, and you are responsible for my growth. We have a mutual relationship within the world that we all benefit from. And this is also the domain of the gods. The gods contribute to us, and we contribute to them. It is a family bond. It is not one where we just receive goods and services. And this is how people treat nature, right? It is not, we treat the natural world not in a way that we receive nourishment or sufficiency. We treat it as a harlot. And sometimes gods are treated as harlots as well, especially Hecate. At least that's going to be my foundation for what I'm going to be sharing and my experience of her presence. It reminds you of eternal growth. Yes, we never stop. We continue on this mystery of growth in our spiritual experience. Good to see you. Cowboy Curtis is here. Good to see you. MJ, Father, we love you, and Jesus, we pray for this day. We love you, and isn't it a mighty name of Jesus? And we all say amen. Yes, and Caradwin's mighty name as well. Caradwin is here providing me the inspiration as her bard, not in competition with Jesus. They're all working together. It's a wonderful family we have of all of these deities that are in the cosmos, helping us, guiding us. Good to see you, Alex. You got all of that diversity. You're breaking chains. You have phoenixes. You have the yin and the yang. Wonderful. Caradwin be praised. Yes, the great goddess Caradwin. Being her bard is a great honor. Well, nature does not need human beings, but human beings cannot exist. Well, I disagree with you, because we share in all of this great web of life. The trees need you just as much as you need the trees. We share in the same web of life. We contribute to the spiritualization of trees, and they contribute to our spiritualization. This is what you find in the mystery of what you are practicing druidry. You will learn this as you create your own grove. You are spiritualizing the reality there. You are contributing to the experience of these trees, and they are contributing to yours as well. We all belong to one web of life, and we all contribute to one another in spiritual growth. Just as the tree needs carbon dioxide, we need the oxygen. We have a symbiotic relationship of sharing, of nourishment of one another. We aren't just given breath to live, but to be spiritual, to forever exist with one another. The universe will continue on because of this unity of spiritual. But that's going to be tomorrow's show, right? I'm going to be talking about, some of you have already saw the secrets on the Substack, right? You've already seen it all. I should send you some of my honey mead when it is finished. Yes, lovely. Go ahead. There'll probably be some transportation problems with that, right? I would love some honey mead. Question: is the Bible misogynistic, or does it promote misogyny? Yes, it does. It promotes it and is misogynistic. The biblical authors lived in a world where women were property. To equate a woman to a divine reality would be inappropriate for them. Women were not treated properly in ancient cultures, in the ancient world. Not in all places, but certainly in the Mediterranean and in the ancient Middle East, they were not treated with dignity as they should. It was it's an unfortunate thing, but like I said, not in all places. Where the goddess has prevailed, you find a spirituality of the lady, and mostly you find that in indigenous cultures, right? You find, like, in where I live, all of the Native Americans, they have Sky Father, Earth Mother. It's the perfect balance of spirituality, but unfortunately, the Bible is not something that promotes wholeness in terms of spirituality, because it's all focused on the man, this God man. That's what it's all about, not the God lady. But the God lady is in there. They couldn't, you had these editors, they couldn't erase all of her. And one of the people that I think is really brought about this reality of ancient worship of the Hebrews is Dr. Margaret Barker. She wrote many things. One of her great books is called The Lady of the Temple. Through archaeology, through her biblical insight, she was able to show that the ancient Hebrews, before the great Reformation of King Josiah, that they had a goddess, that there was a lady and a man. There was a balance, there was a harmony. And all of the Davidic kings were the sons of this great lady and this great God. But it is unfortunate that that was edited out after. Now, King Josiah, he was a real bastard because he destroyed most of his people's religion. He was trying to control people. He have only religious worship done in Jerusalem, destroy all of the ancestors' place. And in doing that, he got rid of the Lady of the Temple. The Lady of the Temple was important for the dynastic kingships, that they were ruling because their mother was God, their father was God. This was the purpose of the temple, which was to make you a divine person in the worship. But that was all edited out and changed into some other type of religion. And this is something that is common amongst biblical scholarship. This is not a secret that I'm talking about. Let's see here. You're right. Not in the U.S. I'd have issues sending alcohol to you. Yes, you certainly would. All of these horrible taxes and things. I'll just go to the store and I'll drink a honey mead in honor of you one day. Thank you for the offer. Let's see. Exercise your free will. Excellent words today. Father, I'm back to the lab now. Have a good day. Enjoy your lab experience. Thank you for making all these wonderful concoctions for people to experience the joys of life. Now, drinking honey mead is a wonderful experience. It is nature's gift. It's nature's joy in a bottle. It is spirituality. Now, all of these herbs and spices that we receive from the earth, they are there to bring us joy, to nurture us, to heal us. And you have these great people like the cowboy here and others. They know the art of taking from this great nourishment and sharing it with the world. It takes a lot of skill to do that. Hopefully, I've been in conversation with this herbalist. Hopefully, I'm going to get her on an interview here in the future. She's a wonderful herbalist. She's very popular on YouTube, but her herbology is her spirituality, and that's why I wanted to talk to all of you. What is Jezebel in your background, dear sir? She is no Jezebel. That is the great goddess Keladwin. She is no Jezebel. Hello, Father Deacon. Don't tell my liver it's Monday. It's working harder than ever to do this weekend. Yes, you are pushing through, Steve. Worship of the god Dionysus. It takes a lot from you, right? It takes a lot out of you. So you have to, your liver just can't keep up with the worship. But keep up the good. You have peanut butter and jelly meat. Would that be something? I'm sure I've heard of concoctions like that before. Peanut butter and jelly alcoholic beverages. I think I had one at a bar once. It was made out of gelatin. That was a long time ago, but it was quite delicious indeed. Jimmy V. Martin. The artificial planet ship's computer systems helps plant parasitic slips and grow brain glandular secretions harvesting. Wow, spirituality. Wonderful, Jimmy. I don't know what that meant, but it's wonderful that you share that. Good to see you, Andrea. Tell him, Steve, you need to. And Maria, good to see you. Maria is our official astrologer here and carries the hammer of Thor to punish evildoers on here. Crazy people that like to be perverted. Maria is sharpening the hammer right now of Thor, ready to bring it down upon the perverted and the deranged. Beware. And also your astrology needs. What do you think of the matriarchs and the gynoarcheries as opposed to more patriarchal societies? How can you achieve balance? You have to have a lord and a lady. When you have one over the other, you have an imbalance. I'm going to be talking about Wicca a little bit. In some of the practices of Wicca, they have a lord and a lady. I think it is very important because when you have just a lady or just the man, there is always an imbalance and a striving against the other side. It is an imbalance that we don't need within spirituality. And I think it causes a lot of distortion. Just look at monotheism and how wretched it has become in how it treats people because it lacks that element of the feminine, right? Look at how people act that are deep into monotheism. They lack compassion often in their conversations, which is most unfortunate. Artificial sun, Nibiru, aliens destroyed Sodomy and Gomorrah because of religious beliefs, true or false. It's just a mythology. It's not real. The ancient people, every time like shit would fall from the sky, it's the gods. They are taking dumps on us today. Everyone, wrap yourself up with toilet paper. The gods have spoken to us. It reminds me of this. When I was younger, I watched this marijuana show called The Gods Must Be Crazy. This airplane smuggling drugs dropped this huge pile of cannabis down upon these tribal people, and they continue to have a good time from the gods. The gods must be crazy. They dropped all of this cannabis down upon us. Pastor, you are back. Now, you speak a lot about, now I'm going to have to remove you. I don't, see, you're becoming perverted, Pastor Sempa. You're being perverted. You're talking about gay people and stuff like that. That's inappropriate. You shouldn't talk about people like that. I don't mind humor and joking around, but you have to have an appropriateness to it. When you're getting perverted, I don't like that. To me, sexuality, I joke a little bit about it, but it is a very sacred thing. A very sacred thing. Let's see. Maybe Zimbabwe, Rhodesia again. I don't know, Skippy. I don't know. Good to see you, nobody. Nobody, you are here once again. I don't know who you are, but you're always promoting the show, and I thank you, nobody, for doing that. Straight facts. Just giving the religious audience entertainment. They do enjoy being entertained. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for your contributions to the entertainment of other people. That's what I'm doing here as well. And you are welcome to do that all the same. I appreciate you in speaking your mysteries to the audience there. In many ancient myths, women were more receptive to serpent knowledge and therefore spiritual leaders of humanity. Do you think women are generally more receptive than men to truth? No, I do not. That is an agenda-based form of spirituality that is promoted, like you have in some circles of historians, that they want to promote only women. There's always been balance between the female and the male. That is the only way to properly appreciate the spirituality, like my ancestors here. Father, mother, child. There's a mystery in the family. The family unit is the true revealer of spirituality. Not just man, not just woman. When it's focused on one, it becomes inappropriate. It becomes, when you don't have that balance, you need the Lord, you need the lady, you need the eternal All-Father, you need the Dagda, and you need the Morrigan. You need them together. You need that balance. You need Sophia, and you need the Logos. And without one balancing the other, it becomes inappropriate. Our humanity reveals in our unity the union of the sun and the moon. If it's all sun, we're going to be at a loss. If it's all moon, we are going to be at a loss in terms of the natural experience. So having that balance, we experience spirituality uniquely as man and uniquely as woman. And we share that uniqueness with one another. And that becomes another reality, that unity, the union of the sun and the moon. You need both to have a proper form of spirituality. So surprised. You spoke real truth. Wonderful, Jimmy. I'm glad that you're having a good time here. That's what I'm here to do, to provide you with your spiritual entertainment. I would say the balance was the sons. They bore the Seth. They became the sacred masculine figures. Well, the reality of the child is the revelation of the unity, right? And that's where we are at. We have a great father, we have a great mother, and we have all of us. And we have our older brothers and sisters, the divine, the gods, right? Good to see you, our good friend here, Z Corp Alpha. I appreciate you very much. Atlas 1 near Mars orbit. Prepare thy oatmeal. You are here providing us with the spirituality of oatmeal. In the end, there will be a great shortage of oatmeal depletion. Stock up now while you can, right? Because the rapture is supposed to happen today. We were doing the rapture watch earlier, hoping the fundamentalist Christians could be taken up away, but they are still here. What's going on? I told people, because you are not disrobing, if you are into this rapture nonsense, the only reason you are left behind is because you are wearing clothing. take off your clothes and leave. Because there's going to be a mix-up. So tomorrow is what, the harvest moon. You're going to have Wiccans out naked and everything in the moonlight. And the rapture mothership's going to look down. Look, there's naked people. Let's take them up. Because you Christians didn't do your job. You like Starbucks. Yummy. I'm a big fan of the Starbucks. I enjoy it. I go there quite frequently. I like their coffee is kind of burnt tasting, but you get used to it. I even buy their products for my own home. I have Starbucks coffee, both bean and ground. We are a Starbucks family here. Yes, indeed. The Atlas one's story just to scary people. No, you have to get the rapture, the oatmeal. You have to stock up on it. There'll be 7 years of tribulation, right? We're all going to be left behind. You make sure you have a good supply of oatmeal, because what you'll be getting at the supermarket, there'll be no more oatmeal. So he's trying to warn us. He's trying to get you prepared for the crazy Christian rapture that is supposed to take place today. Jesus is the only way to heaven. Don't let Satan deceive you. I don't have a problem with Jesus. I don't know what your problem is. There's no Satan deceiving anyone here. I am not against Jesus. Just because Caradwin is helping me out, and she likes Jesus too. He is Lord of what? Lords, right? King of what? Kings? That means there are other people up there helping us out. You say they are angels. I call them Elohim. That means they are gods. And Caradwin is a wonderful lady. Yes, Penelope, good to see you again. You are fully clothed. So you're not going to make it in the rapture. You have to be naked. You're going up, and that's why September 23rd did not work out. Because you were not naked. You sold your house. You sold your car. You emptied your bank account. You gave your children to protective services. You gave your pets to your neighbors. But you weren't naked. So the rapture had to be postponed 2 weeks to today. Now, put your money where your mouth is. Put your faith to work. Show the world that you are a true believer. Get naked and get out there in the front of your house. Leave your workplace. Pull over your cars. Take off your clothes. We want to see you raptured today. We want you fundamentalists to be taken away into the skies. Mars satellites are detecting Atlas 1. Time is near. Be warned. He is warning you. He is warning you. Prepare the oatmeal. Prepare the oatmeal. The time is upon us. The mothership is here to rapture you out, but it only takes naked people. If you are not naked, you are going to be left behind. Christian fundamentalists, please take your clothes off. Please go out into your front yards right now. The Z Corp here is monitoring the rapture mothership. It is on the way. We want you to go. We want fundamentalists to leave the world. Please take your clothes off. Go out into the front right now. What do you have to lose? You've sold your cars. You empty your bank accounts. Prove your faith now. If you believe in your rapture, take off your clothes and get out there. Show the world you believe. Let's see here. Trying to catch up to your comments. Oh, yes, he's awesome. Thank you. G main event. Nice to see you. Hi, Father. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Felix. Nice to see you. Glad you are here. Oatmeal makes you go poopy. Well, it can. It certainly can. That's going to be the problem during the 7 years of tribulation, that they're going to be pumping us full of protein products, like you find in the TV series, The Strain. Remember that? That's what they're going to do. All these vampires. We aren't going to have the oatmeal. We're going to have a lot of. The 7 years of tribulation is 7 years of constipation. Don't be fooled. That is the way the Antichrist will rule over us, through constipation. There will be a shortage everywhere of X-Lax. You aren't going to find it in the stores. You're not going to find the oatmeal. Prepare yourself now for the rapture. All right. Adam was a great father. I think the Adams did their best, however. It was Eve who ate the fruit, symbolizing. Well, you could come up with, I like the mythology, but I really don't believe they were real people. I don't believe they were real people, but I like the mythology. I use the mythology all the time. of the garden. Corn is a must-have digestion in the whole and is recyclable. So you are piling up the corn, right? You are piling up the corn right now as we speak, because you know that the rapture is going to happen. You're going to be left behind, and so you want to have all of the corn products that you can. You are going to the store right now. You are buying all the corn off the shelf, all of the cornmeal, all of the cornbread mixtures, because you know you're going to be dealing with constipation for 7 years, and then the end will come. When the idea of Christians will tell you, you get your head cut off, right? It really has something to do with something else. It has to do with your anal retentiveness of your constipation. That's what they're talking about. You will that is how the end will come to many of these people who are left behind. Johnny Fortifia, not sure real peace. Stay away from this fraud. What is fraudulent about being a high priest of spiritual entertainment? I don't understand. What is fraudulent about that? We're having a good time here. Why don't you become a Christian fundamentalist and get naked and get raptured out of here? We want you all to leave. He never said he was, Johnny. He just offers information, perspective as an entertaining way. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Ladies, who's with me? You are ready? You're heading to the grocery store to buy all the excellent. Remember what happened when there was COVID? Everyone bought the toilet paper. What now? When the rapture happens, there's going to be no more X-Lax or Metamucil or all of these products to have you to cause. That's how we're all going to suffer through all this great Antichrist. We're going to be full of shit for such a long time. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Nice to see you. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up to your comments. G main event. I don't use the jewels, but I appreciate the sentiment. Jewels are for those YouTube games. I don't play those. So I appreciate your contribution, but save your jewels because I don't use them. Liking and subscribing is fine. You can also join our community on Discord for the price of a cup of coffee. You can be entertained all week long with rapture preparation tips for the world. There's a join button over there. You can get ready. Your left behind supply tips for enduring the tribulation while all the fundamentalists have left. What are we going to do now? Who is going to make us feel guilty all the time and tell us we're going to hell? How to cope with that? There's going to be people needing therapy now because of all the fundamentalists. They are no longer going to be here saying, "You're going to hell. You are the false prophet. You are doing the work of the devil. You are false." So some of us are going to need therapy. I know I'm going to need someone to talk to. Maybe you'll need someone to talk to. So that will be a place. We'll have our own therapeutic circle where we can mimic the rapture. We can all disrobe and sit together in rapture honesty and tell our deep, dark secrets to one another. So join our community. Let's see here. We had a guy jogging in the buff down. He was a streaker. No, he was getting ready for the rapture. He was getting all his clothes off. He was getting ready for the rapture. He wasn't a streaker. He was a devout Christian fundamentalist. He knows that he's like, I heard the message today that the reason why the rapture didn't happen is because we were not naked. Therefore, I'm going to be naked now. I'm going to be ready this time for the rapture. And they have about what? You have probably about 10 hours left before the 6th of October is gone. Get naked now before it's too late. Some of you on the other end of the world, it's too late for you. You are in a different time zone. It is too late for you. The people over in the Middle East, you have missed the rapture. You didn't get naked. You did not get naked on the proper time. Only people who are naked will be taken away. I'm sorry to tell you that. People that it's already October 7th, it is too late for you. You should have got naked. Now you have to wait another 10 years for the rapture to come. Eventually, I'm going to be getting to my material about the Misused Goddess. And if for some chance you don't get to hear it, It's all on my Substack. It's always there, because sometimes, as I'm entertaining people, I don't know when the entertainment stops and the conversation begins with the topic. You never know what happens. Once the gummies kick in, I just go to all these places. All right. That was you on the morning stroll. Fupa Lord, that was you. You are prepared for the rapture. You are naked. You are getting ready to get out of here. Good evening, Michael. Nice to see you. 7 years. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, 7 years of constipation. Can you believe it? It's going to be terrible. Let's see here. Good to see you, Zephyro. Throw off the chains of capitalism. Grow your own oats. Yes, be your own Quaker. Do your own quaking. Make your own oatmeal. The Quaker has been hijacked by all of these capitalists, putting all kinds of chemicals in their oatmeals and fake fruits and spices. It's been taken over by the Antichrist. Grow your own oats before it is too late. Corn on the cob. You are all about the cob. Mick, the deacon is ready to start it in the mark of the beast. Will be here during the tribulation, yes. And being in contact, Mick, if you get left behind, you could tell the beast that you liked and subscribed. I am the false prophet. I will say, Mick subscribed. You can give him food. Give him what he needs to deal with his constipation. Give him Metamucil, whatever, milk of magnesia, whatever it takes to get him through. I'm telling you, supplies will be gone. The X-Lax, I went to the store today. There was no X-Lax. So that tells you that there's insider information about the 7 years of tribulation and all of the constipation that will be in the world. Could you imagine just walking around constipated all the time? It's going to be a difficult 7 years. So get ready for it. I think the Garden of Eden was real and similar to a slave plantation. Interesting. It was serpents and other species of enlightened humans. Perhaps. I mean, who knows? Let's see. Thank goodness I buy oatmeal because I eat it every day. I always buy extra. Yeah, you are wise. Now, some of you aren't prepared for the tribulation. You don't have the oatmeal. What will you do? You have to come up with new ways to deal with the constipation that is coming upon the world. You have to think out of the box. Think roots. Think grasses, tree bark. Try to come up with different ways to deal with the 7 years of constipation that is coming upon the world. You have to think out of the box. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't prepare. You weren't ready. You weren't ready. The Christians warned you that they were going to be raptured. And now you have to deal with 7 years of constipation. You didn't prepare yourself. You were warned. They have been warning you. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up to your comments. Eventually, I will get to the material. Some of you are Wiccans. You're like, what is he going to talk about? Hecate. Hecate. She is here as well. She is hanging out with us today. Over there, Hecate is over here. He's like, tell them how I feel. All right. Good. Let's see. High priest of spiritual entertainment is magnificent. That's what I am. It's all there in my bio. I don't know why people start crying. Oh, he's not a real priest. Well, you're already constipated. Loosen up. Loosen yourself up. You can also try when children are babies, when they are constipated, the parents use Vaseline. You could also try something like that. So triggers, I thought the X-Lax thought it was chocolate candy as a kid. Yeah, isn't that something? We like, give me some of that candy. And then you find yourself in the toilet all day. One of my kids did that. He thought he was eating, some type of vitamins or something, because I had like chocolate vitamins. He was eating the X-Lax. He's like, why do I? No, the other way around. It was the pills. He thought he was taking pills for allergies, and he was taking X-Lax. He's like, why do I keep shitting all night long? I'm like, can you not read? Some children don't know how to read. All right. You ate the whole package. Damn. Now, when I was a kid, we had a teacher. We put X-Lax in his coffee to try to get out of class. That wasn't very nice. Wolf, if you're going to be here with your fundamentalism, posting scriptures over and over again, we won't tolerate that nonsense. Can you talk to us as a human being without having to quote the Bible? Do you have anything up here that you can share about your spirituality? Or are you just one? Do you walk around like talking to people about like your Bible all the time? I'm interested. If you want to share your spirituality, that's fine. But copying and pasting over and over again is really unhelpful and a nuisance. Maria has enough problems. She doesn't need fundamentalist scriptures being posted over and over again, which no one is interested in. You cannot reach people with your religion if you are walking around talking like you are a religious book. People are interested in your experiences. That's what will get them into your, like me, spiritual entertainment, right? I share my experiences. I don't talk to people like a religious text. It is unhelpful. Penelope, toilet paper shortage was ridiculous, like gas running out of gas. If you eat plenty of beans, you have plenty of gas. That's another thing you could use is pile up on the beans, because sometimes that will help during the 7 years of tribulation. Eating lots of beans. There's going to be a bean shortage. Watch. Bots Bass. Who is the demon false god in your background? That is Caradwin. She is a goddess. She is not a demon. You have to get your mythology right. I don't understand why you would assume she's a wonderful goddess. See, Andrea, do we as humans have the power to sell our souls? No, you do not. This is one of those illusions that now what you can do certainly in a metaphorical way is give yourself over to other people and other beings, but you are a child of a greater being, the All-Father. You are a daughter or a son of the Great Lady. That is where you come from. That is your right. That is your privilege. Nobody can take that away from you. If you are enslaved to, like, for instance, a power or drugs, you are still a child. You still belong to an all-powerful reality. I believe in adoption, that gods can adopt you, that the All-Father, that's what Christ taught, right? He said you can be a son or a daughter, right? You can enter the family. And I believe that I am a son of the All-Father, because I heard the All-Father's voice, said, "You are my son." I said, "Well, wonderful. You could become a child." We are all we are by nature born to become children of the great gods, right? But you have to learn about it. You have to be invited into it. And that's what I try to do, is help people to know that you are beloved, you are important, and you are loved. And if you want to be a son or a daughter of the All-Father, of the Great Lady, you are welcome into the family. Let's see here. And only the Father knows. Thank you, Mick, for letting people know. Oatmeal sounds good right now. So you're getting hungry. You know the rapture is coming, so you're preparing your palate, right? Ulf, nice to see you. It is the year of the snake. Wouldn't it be strange for the rapture to be the same year as something that they despise? Yeah. Snakes really have a bad rap because of the literature of the Old Testament. It is taken way out of the context. Snakes in the ancient world, there was one bad snake. There were many other good ones. These were spiritual realities. The snake, the serpent, has always been associated with wisdom and healing. That's why Moses made a staff with a snake. Snakes aren't all bad. Snakes are symbols of wisdom. They are symbols of healing. Just because one was bad doesn't make them all bad. Rebecca, unfortunately, you can what? Nice to see you, Just. The snake symbolism is wisdom, knowing right from wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in that, right? It's been like hijacked, right? The snake symbolism. Can you stock up on Pepto as well? I would. Go to your supermarket right now. Get your Rapture 7-year tribulation preparation materials, because soon all of these naked Christians will be leaving the world, and all you will have is your oatmeal and Pepto-Bismol to get you through 7 years of constipation. That is going to be the tribulation. You have this illusion or these metaphors in the book of Revelation about beasts coming out of pits. What kind of pit? This is metaphorical, talking about your anal cavity. That's what it's talking about. That this beast of, after you are constipated for 7 years, there's going to be a great release upon the world of devils. That's coming from you. That's what it means. It's all of that built up constipation over 7 years will find its way out and cause and wreak havoc across the world. Toilets will be blown up. People will be passing out from stenches in places. People's depends that they wear, because they can't control their bowel movements, will be overflowing and leaking out. There will be all kinds of chaos in the streets. And then finally, the fundamentalists will return and clean it all up, right? That is the rapture in a nutshell. They're going to come back and they're going to clean up the mess that we have left from them with their magical mops and mop buckets and fresh heavenly depends, right? It's cruel to trick a kid with X-Lax. Yeah, it is. It is. That's unfortunate that you had to experience that. Oh, wonderful candy. So do you believe in God or no? Yes, I believe in lots of gods. I don't have a problem with Jesus as being king of the gods. Not at all. I don't understand why people in the Bible, it teaches that there's lots of gods, but the narrative says they're all bad. Jesus is what? Lord of Lords. That means there's lots of gods. It's really that simple. They are not in competition. Not all gods are good. Yahweh was not a good God, right? I'm always having to mention that to people. But Jesus was a great God. Taught people about love, loving your neighbor, taught people that you have value. The first shall be last was his greatest teaching, and the last will be first. That's what pissed off the Romans, because these people were going and you had this mentality in the world where you are garbage if you can't contribute to society. Like if you are mentally disabled, you have Down syndrome, you have autism, you are elderly, they throw all those people into the garbage. And the Christians went and took care of these people. They said the last will be first. There was a revolutionary teaching. That was the main thing. Not this stuff about Jesus being a savior and a God and all of that stuff. That was all secondary to this powerful teaching that overthrew an empire that was built on the survival of the fittest. The strongest is the ones that the gods like. Be like Hercules or else. All societies in cultures were based upon a warrior-like attitude. And this person, Jesus Christ, he turned that shit around. And that's a very important teaching. Very important teaching. All right, let's see here. In what ways do Westerners misuse the goddess and the sacred feminine? They treat her like a prostitute. That's what they do. Some people can spell and disdain the use of autocrat. Deacon, you are full of mischiefs. Yeah, I can be. You have to entertain people. You have to be full of something. I'd rather be full of mischief than be full of shit, like most religious people are. Let's see here. Just how many gods? I do say yes. More gods, the better. Trying to catch up to your comment. You traded it for material riches. You can use your X-lax like money, right? In the tribulation, because everyone's going to be constipated. So X-lax will be like currency. You'll be able to trade with your neighbors. Like, can you give me that fifth of whiskey? I will give you 5 pieces of chocolate X-lax for it. It will become a trade. So stock up on it. It's going to be a difficult 7 years of constipation when they are gone. You are making oatmeal right now. Good for you. You are getting ready, right? You're getting ready for the end. You are making your... what mythology you are referring to? Get it right. What do you mean by that? Get it right. What am I doing wrong? See, the thing with you have people that look at mythology as dogma. There's Christian fundamentalists, there's pagan fundamentalists. You don't do that mythology like they want you to do. They get all pissy about it and call you disrespectful instead of being a heretic. What people write about their gods does not mean that's how gods really are. It's that simple. The human persons are writing these stories. You can certainly find your gods in these stories, but that doesn't mean that's how they are. When I read the New Testament, when I hear these evil things that Jesus is saying, I'm like, that's not who he is. No way. There's no way that's who he is. Let's see. It's incredible that what utterly fantastical some people believe, right? God is similar to a sacred parent figure who wants us to grow and nourish us at new experiences. And yeah, I would say so. I believe in the All-Father, the Eternal Father. Jesus taught people to believe in the Father. He called the Holy Spirit his mother. If you read the Gospel to the Hebrews, which the Church Fathers and all their pieces of it, it doesn't exist anymore. He called the Holy Spirit his mother. There's always been a father. There's always been a mother. See here. They despised snakes so much that they thought Jormungandr was a bad spirit fighting against Thor and the gods, and he is not. Yeah, he's just starting it all over, right? He is starting the cycle over. Now, if you look at the crafts of ancient civilizations, there are some depicting homosexual acts. I believe only God can judge you, and that is between you and God. Yeah, well, the thing is with ancient people, they were having sex with everything, right? With animals, not just holes in walls. Now, archaeologists found in Germany, in a cave, 60,000-year-old stone penises. Now, what were they using those for, right? Were they magic wands? We're going to cast our spells with these Shivalingas. No. And we know what they were doing with them, right? That doesn't mean it's right, right? There's all kinds of things that people do. And you're right. Our sexual destiny belongs to us. And we should not separate that from our spiritual experience. If you're separating your sexual acts from your experience of divine, you have to ask yourself, what the hell are you doing? None of your sexuality should be separated. If you are loving another person with your sexuality, it should not be something separated from divinity. Sexuality is sacredness. And each of us have to take responsibility for that, right? The All-Father wants me only to tell people of the love. Whatever behavior issues, you have to deal with that, ourselves, right? When we stand before the All-Father and the Great Lady and the Great Judgment, but it's not going to be there to destroy us. Like, why did you put your penis in the light socket? Well, I thought that's what it was for. I wanted to shocking experience. No, I still love you, but that was not a good idea, right? We all have to stand and be accountable for our actions, right? I'm not saying that's a joke, right? That was a joke. I don't enjoy light socket. I'm not a light socket lover. That was comedy. Okay, some of you you hang on every word I say. Shall I go and have a good time with my light socket now? Because he is doing it too. It sounds exciting. Maybe it'll be a very shocking experience. No, don't do that. Stay away from your light socket. I was speaking in a very entertaining way. That's what I was doing. Stay away from your light sockets. The snake symbolism has to do with understanding waves and frequencies and vibrations. Certainly. What made you to believe the Gnostic books? What made me to believe in Gnostic books? Well, I'm not a believer in Gnosticism. I value what you can find in Gnosticism, the memory of the early Christians, the memory of the ancient Hebrews. All of their mythology is in those things. And I value that. I'm not a Gnostic. I don't believe women need to become men. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't believe the world is all corrupt. How we understand the world, because I believe in the archons, certainly. I believe that the archons are, milking us dry with our fears and, causing wars and causing division in humanity to live off of our energy. I certainly believe that. I can't prove it, but it makes sense to me. The mythology makes sense to me. So I'm not a Gnostic. Let's see, the Venus artifact and the scales of the head of the origin of the reptilians. Interesting. The reptilians are here, right? They are in our midst. They are the ones doing the rapture. You are going to be picked up by a reptile when you are a reptile. Is homosexuality a sin? I don't believe in sin. Sin is not a problem for gods. It is our problem. When I'm doing something inappropriate, I am hurting myself. It is not God's problem. I don't believe that you're going to be destroyed for what you do with your sexuality. Now, there are people, I believe with all of my heart that they have these desires. And I don't think it's wrong for them to want to be happy. I don't think they have to be punished for that. I don't think that they should have to separate their lives in this category of sin and miss out on spirituality. If you are a gay person, I say, well, be gay for God. Show the world that you are a loving person and that your spirituality can contribute to the world. Prove the fundamentalists wrong. Prove these people who are violent and wicked towards you. Prove them wrong by your goodness and your value. And so, is sexuality a sin? No. Sexuality is spiritual. It's our spirituality. And it's something you have to tame, right? Now, obviously, if you are a homosexual person, that's not your first choice. There's some things you can't achieve with your sexuality, like procreation, the union of the sun and the moon. You cannot achieve that in your experience, right? That is obvious. Let's see here. Maria's hard at work. The drinking 40s and crashing into buses. Now that's going to happen when these raptures happen, right? If you are butt naked right now, you will be raptured. You have to be fully unclothed to be able to be taken away. Let's see here. Anyone can make an observation. It isn't judging. When God judges, it's final. It's eternal. We don't judge. We do judge like God does. God is not an asshole. And we are not to be assholes either. God's judgment is eternal in the attribute of being loved. You are not an object to be destroyed. Whatever shit that you have done, you will deal with it, but you will not be destroyed. God is not into destroying people. Let's see here. People think making an observation is cruelty. Homosexuality for you is you don't like it. Well, being an asshole to me is an abomination, right? And some of you Christian fundamentalists, you are assholes. That to me, that is an abomination. That is a contradiction. So by making your statements against gay people, you are disqualifying them from the experience of God. You are saying you are evil. Do you see what you are doing? And you are saying, I am spiritual, you are not. You can't do that to people. You're only becoming an asshole by doing it. Let's see. This is an observation. What about loving your neighbor? Did you not read that part? Doing good to your enemies, loving the weak. Have you not read those passages? Or just the ones that tell you how to be an asshole on here? Those are the only Bible verses that you have read. Extension of paranoia. Let's see here. Well, if you see Jehovah as evil, I do. I see Yahweh. To me, it's mythology. If it is a literal person, if that is how a God really is, then he is certainly a wicked being. Look at all the shit he has done, right? I got to say that every day because people are all into this. Do you not know how to read? Can you not articulate the story of people being tormented by their own God? It's quite evil. We are all spiritual. That is right. We are all spiritual. I skipped over your question. I'm sorry. Where was it? Did I not see it? Or against? I don't see what's your question. I don't see it on here. I apologize. Carl, you're a pervert. Goodbye. Goodbye. You don't believe anything. You don't have faith in anything. You just know something. Well, that's your perspective. I know an asshole when I see them acting like it. When your God is an asshole, you will be one too. And many Christians have demonstrated that their God is an asshole by the way they act to gay people. Not all Christians are assholes. Maria is a nice Christian. She is a nice Christian. But a lot of other people, you're just evil. You are evil. Let's see here. The Good Samaritan proved Jews wrong by being... No, that's anti-Semitism. You have all of this anti-Semitism in the New Testament. This contrast between Jews and other people is anti-Semitism. It's not a good thing to quote that to demonstrate why the Jews are bad. That is anti-Semitism. It is a scam in the text. Some people can adopt. So what? And there are abandoned children, sadly, as we know. Yes, I think that's why I am against people that do the in vitro fertilization. The natural thing to do is to adopt a child. I think that is appropriate to do. That is the natural thing to do. There are people suffering. The children are suffering. Let's see here. You skipped your question. I don't remember seeing your question. I don't remember seeing it. We are all, Jesus gave halal. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, you're definitely a priest using curse words. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. I can curse all I want to on here. Father Deacon, you need to switch live chat option from top messages to see the ones you have missed. Well, I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down and I'm getting through them all. It just takes me a few minutes. I'm almost at the end here. You are reading stuff from before. You need to scroll further down. I am here. What happens when we read the scriptures as they are? There is no, this is the big scam, prodigal prince. You are believing that it is all from God. There is no evidence for that. That is an indoctrination. That is a scam to control you, to turn you into what fundamentalists are. Using curse words. Yes, I am. I am a high priest of spiritual entertainment. That is what I am. That is all that I ever want to be, is to be your entertainer. Now, I have come here to talk to you about this wonderful goddess, Hecate. Now, while I was meditating in my grove, I experienced something unexpected, something very unexpected. I am not a Wiccan. I don't have a devotion to Hecate. I'm not interested in that type of magic or anything. The name Hecate came into my mind unbidden. I had no prior devotion, no altar, no offerings, no prayers, but her presence was unmistakable. Her energy was beautiful, not in a romantic or aesthetic sense, but in a way that felt ancient, it felt dignified, and deeply feminine, deeply feminine. It was a unique experience. And in that moment of connection, I felt something else. And it was something very troubling. Alongside the beauty, there was a shadow. It was as if she had been misused, not by me, but by others. I sensed that she had been treated not as a divine being worthy of reverence, but as a tool and an object, a means to an end. That impression stayed with me. This is how we treat sometimes. Jesus is treated this way by some of his followers. He is a means. They don't care about him. They are just trying to get out of a frying pan and get somewhere. People treat gods this way, and it's inappropriate. They have real... Now, could you imagine, like, Ceridwen, she's a nice goddess. She doesn't have to do anything for me. She's just a nice goddess. She wants to help me out, fine. The same with the Hecate. If you like, I'm not interested in your magic. You want to hang out? Fine. That reality is not there for people who say they see these gods as their personal vending machines, their personal resources to get something. They are not interested in them as personal beings. There are people who invoke Hecate not out of love or respect, but out of self-interest. They use her name to cast spells, to gain power, to manipulate outcomes. They do not seek relationship with her. They seek results. This is not devotion. It is self-worship disguised as spirituality. When a goddess becomes a vending machine for magical favors, she is no longer treated as divine. She is treated as a harlot, but Hecate is no harlot. We have this tendency to treat deities like whores, and we do it to the earth too. This great goddess, our earth. We don't treat her as a mother. We treat her as a prostitute. Just give me what I need out of you so I can have a better life. The earth is the greatest prostitute for humanity. In ancient Greek tradition, Hecate was honored as a goddess of immense power and dignity. Hesiod describes her as having dominion over earth, sky, and sea. She was not a marginal figure. She was the protector of households, a guardian of thresholds, a guide through transitions. Her torches lit the way for Persephone as she returned from the underworld. She was a friend to the lost, a savior to those in danger. In the Chaldean oracles, she was revered as the world's soul, as Sophia, the cosmic intermediary between the divine and the material. She was expected to avert harmful spirits, protect cities and homes. In Byzantium, she was credited with saving a city during an invasion. Her torches and dogs alerting the people to danger. These are not acts of a goddess to be used. They are acts of a goddess to be honored, to be respected, to be adored, to be loved. She is not a harlot. There are indeed practitioners of magic who understand this. They approach Hecate with reverence. They study her myths. They build altars. They offer food at crossroads. They do not demand favors. They seek relationship. They understand that devotion is not about control. It's about humility. But there is a darker side to modern witchcraft. In that darkness, gods become commodities. Their names are invoked without understanding. Their symbols are worn without meaning. Their stories are ignored. The practitioner becomes the center, and the divine becomes a prop. This is not just disrespectful, it is a distortion of spiritual practice. Hecate deserves better. She is not a harlot. She is a goddess of boundaries, of transition, of protection. She is a companion to Persephone, a guardian of the household, of light and darkness. She is not here to serve our whims. She is here to be honored, to be understood, and to be approached with sincerity. My experience in the grove reminded me of that. It was a moment of clarity, and it left me with conviction. If we are to invoke the names of any gods, we must do so with integrity. Anything less is not devotion, it is exploitation. And Hecate, in all her dignity, deserves far more than that. And I'm still not a devotee. She just made a visit and said, "This is my story. This is my song." I said, "All right, I will share that with people. I'm not interested in your magic. You want to hang out? Fine. I'm not interested in what you have for me." I think that is an appropriate thing. Now, let me get to your comments here. That is the all of the information here that I have brought here. If you've missed any of it, it's all on my Substack. If you came later when I'm talking about the goddess, it's all on my Substack. Now, let me come up to your questions here. Using curse words, yes, I use them. High priest of what? Prove it. I'm entertaining people. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. It's all here. People are watching. Religion is a guide to self-sobriety, a gateway to a field of understanding. Anything else is just some wild horse shit. It can be, right? You make a truth claim that the scriptures are not inspired by God. You prove it, jackass. You prove that they are inspired by God. Don't do this truth claim bullshit here. I'm just an entertainer. I have nothing to prove to you. I'm making a truth claim because it's obvious that the God in the Bible acts like an asshole. Anyone could see that. And not all of it is bad, but it is certainly inappropriate. You want me to prove it? God in the Bible tells people to take sex slaves. He gives laws for women to marry their rapists. He kills children like David's child. He killed his child because he had adultery. He told the Hebrews to kill nursing infants. He's a sick and deranged God. It's all in there. Is that the Holy Spirit? Is that your Holy Spirit? You have an evil and wicked deity. You take your foolish fundamentalist apologetics to some other channel, because I don't play that bullshit here. Let's see here. Wolf, are you capable of having a real conversation? Why do you keep posting scriptures all day long? Nobody's reading them. The sky, it is oblivion music. And this chick is in the back, always got, let's see here, reminds you of Windhelm on some roofies. Let's see here. Christ is a lie. For you, Dion, and not everyone is against it. Let's see. American woman, you have returned. Yahweh is a God of brimstone, fire, cruelty, and pride. It's all in there. It is all in there. And the New Testament authors tried to conflate Christ with Yahweh. And I think that was a mistake. He is nothing like him. All right. Thou shalt dabbeth on the, I don't know what you mean by that. The God Jesus is supposed to have represented is not the same God as Christians have followed. Yeah, the devil is running the church, right? This evil archon that causes people to be afraid and says, I love you at the same time, that is the devil. The devil loves it when you are doing what he wants. And if you're not, he will certainly torment your ass for all eternity. That is the one running the church right now, unfortunately. And some people have the intelligence to look past that. There are Christians like Maria. They have the intelligence to look past that. Let's see here. If you say my God is evil, I can easily say the same thing of yours. You just believe it. I don't. Yeah, that's all it is, right? If you are having a conversation with the fundamentalist Christians here. Kamira, good to see you. Much love to you as well. Nice to see you. Kamira is here. Kamira is here. All right. Trying to catch up here. Wow, you guys are really, Your family is your enemy, Clara. Why is that? Why did Jesus, let me see here. I just missed what you had said, that these stupid things, these comments. Too many people focus on the false Yahweh and not enough on the divine goddess. Right. Thank you for speaking the truth. You are welcome. You are welcome. American woman is here. American woman. This chair is killing me. This is a horrible chair to be in. Using curse words makes Jesus cry really, really hard. Yeah, for some of these fundamentalists, right? This is blasphemy. Why is it blasphemy? Do you not see the title of the show here? It's about nothing to do with your religion. I am talking about a goddess. I just gave the talk. What is blasphemy? I'm talking about someone else's religion. I'm not talking about yours. What is the blasphemy? Can other people have conversations about religions? Is that possible? Why does it have to be blasphemy? You are of your father, the devil. The devil is my father now. What gives you that impression? Was it the horns? Was it the horns? Did I turn a different color? Well, if I am the devil, do something about it. You have all this power, right? As a Christian, put your money where your mouth is. Do something about it. If I am the devil, use your magical name of Jesus and see what happens. Put your money where your mouth is. Are you a coward? Do you really believe that you say I am a devil? Well, what are you going to do about it? You're one of these powerless and weak and pathetic Christians is what you are. Always ready to point, always ready to condemn, but you have no power in yourself. You do not have the love of the Father in you. If you had the love of the Father in you, you wouldn't be an asshole. There's nothing you can do. You have no power here. Let's see here. Jesus had a connection to his mother. That's right. She snuck in there, right? The Theotokos. She snuck in there. Oh, you're all having good to see you. Athena's here. Another goddess has arrived. The goddess of wisdom is here to be entertained by yours truly. We have all of these wonderful deities that make their way into my life. You just missed it, Athena. You missed my talk about good old Hecate. But you can, it's on my Substack. You are already on my Substack, so you have all of the paperwork already. There is no hell. All right, I don't believe it in either. Delta Chi. God is all-powerful. He's an all-powerful asshole. He can be an asshole if he wants. No, thank you. I don't want that kind of God. See, this is such horrible reasoning. My God could be an asshole if he wants to. If he wants to hurt people, then it's a good thing because he is God. What a wicked thing. Why would you want to serve a God like that? I would say, no, not me. I'm not interested. Not interested. If God has to learn about kindness from the creation, about goodness from what it's created, that should tell you something about manners and courtesy. If you have to teach your God not to be an asshole, that should speak a lot about the validity of your deity. God's ways are our ways. I'm sorry to tell you that. Your husband says hell is like an emotional state inside of us. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? I'm just going to ignore some of you fundamentalists. Why aren't you getting ready for the rapture? Why are you not ready for the rapture? Is going on right now. There's all kinds of naked people. Take your clothes off. Go outside. Get raptured. Take your clothes off right now and get raptured. And get off the program. You are wasting your time here. You should be being raptured right now as we speak. But you don't have enough faith. You are faithless. You don't believe. If you really believed in the rapture, you would get naked right now. Selling your houses wasn't enough. Giving your children to protective services, emptying your bank accounts wasn't enough. The rapture had to be postponed because none of you are naked. You are not ready. Take your clothes off, disrobe, and get out your house. Get out your car right now. Take your clothes off. Leave your workplaces and get raptured. We want you to leave. We are teaching you how to do it here. You have to do it right. Let's see here. It's good to be skeptical, but the truth and lies are everywhere and mixed. We decide what we want to believe. That's right. And even if you believe something on that you are wrong, you are dead wrong, you are still loved. You are still loved. That's why I reject the New Testament. It says, if you don't have the right ideas, you are destroyed. It is a big scam. It is a religious scam to manipulate people and make you afraid. That's what rapture does. It scares the shit out of people, right? I remember when I was a young person, I was partying with my friends and I decided to stay at their house. And, I'm highly intoxicated. And the mother comes out, puts rapture movies on to try to save my soul. They were interesting. Let's see here. What should you do if a demon has attached to them? I don't know. Let's see here. I'm deserving of hell, so I'll wait. I hope even if I don't get a happy ending. But see, that's bullshit that you have to believe that, right? You have all of these religious experts, philosophers, that have made you believe in bullshit because they've been feeding you bullshit. You are a child of the Most High, the All-Father, the Great Lady, the Great Mother. You are a child. You don't stop being a child. You are deserving of not hell. You are deserving of embrace and love. And maybe a good ass whooping too. But it is for love. You are not abandoned. You are never forsaken. Don't believe the rhetoric of the Christian church and the great evils that they bring upon the world. Oh man, these allergies. Demons are teachers of the dark. Learn what teacher is trying to teach you. Well, I don't think so. Athena, some of these things are not teachers at all. In a Jungian psychological sense, certainly. But some of them are real assholes and nuisances and annoying. I've had to deal with demons most of my life. They are not psychological constructs. That is much different. Give it a big kiss. Let's see here. I have a saying that I invite my demons to tease, sit with them, allow them space to be seen and heard. I hug them. Yeah, that's a different context, right? That is a different context. But some of these powers are quite real and wretched. And not all gods are good, unfortunately. Good chemistry. You have returned. I thought you were going to get raptured today. What's going on? Good to see you back. Good to see you again. It's been a couple of weeks. I hope you are doing well. Father, forgive you. You have sinned. Okay, you are forgiven. Who is that behind you? That is Hecate. She is the goddess of the hour. Have a great day. Thank you, Mick. You tried, Mick, right? You tried to save our souls today. You're always welcome to come and try. But we are lost. Get ready for the rapture, Mick. You need to get ready. The rapture is coming as we speak. Let's see here. That is it. I don't have to confess. No, that's it. You are. As the high priest of spiritual entertainment, I forgive you for not being here on time. Steely Dan song. You know where they get the name of their band name, right? It's very inappropriate. But they had some good songs, right? The Steely Dan, they had some nice music, right? Is there any connection between the Nephilim and demons? Yes, the tradition is that the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim went around because they couldn't go upstairs, they couldn't go downstairs, being like demigods, that they just roamed the world, taking over people's bodies and enslaving them. So that is the mythology of the Nephilim. and the ancient Hebrew tradition of demonology. It wasn't what the church created, like all of these fallen angels and things. It wasn't like that. That is a invention of the Catholic Church to make demons fallen angels. Uh, Angels, gods, they don't want to waste their time possessing human beings. There's no benefit. It's like going and living in a toilet. They're like, why would I want to go live in a toilet? I'm a god. Why would I want to do that? But the Nephilim, these fallen spirits, that is the only way that they could live again, is through the flesh. So that is the mythology of the how the ancient Hebrews understood demons. Now, if you're in Greece, demon is a nice word. Socrates had a demon. It was an intermediary between the gods, a spirit guide, a guardian angel. You find that within the Greek Hellenistic culture. Now, if you go over to India, demons are not evil or good. It depends on what God is using them. They are chaotic beings. They are chaotic forces. So the word demon has so many different connotations. There's so much experience of it. But I certainly believe there are dark spirits that are assholes, and they torment people. How do I know that? Because I lived through that. They weren't Carl Jungian psychological realities. They wanted to destroy me. I wish my mother never gave me a book of conjuring when I was an immature person with it. Let's see here. You've been fasting for the rapture. You're ready for it. You're on the beer fast, right? You are making sure that you have the same amount of alcohol at the right time every day. Good for you. I'm glad that you have prepared yourself for the rapture. I started to get raptured by God, changed his mind, and you fell from the sky. You didn't disrobe. That's why. That's why people are being left behind. They are not naked. You can only be raptured if you are naked. Clothes are like weights tied around your ankles. If you are a Christian fundamentalist and you are preparing for the rapture, you're going to be left behind. And it won't be back for another 10 years. I wanted to get my knees and confess to the glory. You're a pervert. Goodbye. You're a real sick person there. Goodbye. So now I'm tapping back to the live to try and win divine favor. Yeah, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Let's see. Joshua, will you help a guy on YouTube? He needs 300 turbos. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Do I believe in a devil? Certainly. There's lots of them. There's lots of devils. There's lots of dark powers. The archons, I believe in them. I can't prove it that they're archons, but I certainly believe in it. I believe in the mythology. Good to see you, Michael. You are familiar with the story. Just wanted to hear the deacon's perspective. Peace and love, friends. This lady has to get ready to face my own set of crazies while I read tarot on TikTok live. I will check you next time. Thank you. American woman here, your favorite tarot reader on TikTok live for your entertainment privilege. Good to see you. So when is the rapture? Any moment. If you are naked, you can be raptured now. If you are a Christian fundamentalist, disrobe immediately. You only have a few hours left. If you live in the land of the Middle East, it is too late. Monday has gone. You are stuck here for another 10 years. But Christian fundamentalists in the United States and in the United Kingdom, you have an hour or two left. This is your time. Disrobe. Head outside. Get raptured. If you have clothes on, you will not be raptured. You must get naked to be raptured. See, I've never been raptured, but I will sure to report it to the police. He certainly. What are all these naked people running in the streets? They are waiting for the rapture. That is why. I was listening to Gary Wayne on the sub. He really understands the Nephilim Elohim connection, and so did Dr. Michael Heiser. He did wonderful work in that field. How are you keeping anyone keeping any way, Deacon? Oh, I am keeping well. Thank you. I'm doing quite well. I appreciate you asking. I hope that you are doing well. I think about you sometimes because you're in and out of you. Last time it was before that. You're like, I'm having a wonderful spiritual experience, and you come back and you seem distraught. So I hope that the things are working out for you. Dumb spirits speak. Number one special, lying. I am not a pedophile. I have a family, and you are perfect. Goodbye. Brother, my life is confusing. I've been called an angel by my mother, wanted to call me Damien. Oh my goodness. I had a friend who his parents named him Damien after the movie. What an evil parent, right? Naming their child Damien, the Antichrist. They stole that name. Now people that back then are naming their kids Damien. So your name was Damien. And that's how you are treated, like Lucifer. I'm sorry that you've been treated that way. You listen to Gary quite a bit. Well, philosopher, you are welcome here, and you are loved. Whether you are a devil or an angel, you are loved, and you will always be welcome into the arms of the All-Father. Good, take care, Snuffles. All right, I'm going to get rid of you too. These people calling me pedophile, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. You like the music. Let's see here. You've come across Michael Heiser before, but only watched one thing of him. Yeah, there's lots of videos. I got a few of his books. He was a great teacher. Why are you called deacon? Because if you're not a Christian, I don't have a problem with Jesus. Deacon means servant, right? I am a servant to people. I am a spiritual entertainer. That's why I am a deacon. I'm a religious entertainer, that's all. You know someone who named their son Lucian. Well, there you have it. Burn the Bible. No, you don't have to burn it. Just ignore the shitty parts in it. Not all of it is bad. Let's see here. Darla, read the Bible. I did read the Bible. Why would I have to read it? I don't understand. What will reading a book do for me? What has it done for you? Is that how you present yourself? You just what if I don't know how to read? What if I need hooked on phonics? What can I do now? You are not helping me by telling me to read. Do you have anything of value to offer the conversation here in terms of spirituality, of goddesses and raptures and things? What are you doing here? You're coming on me to tell me to read. How do you know I can't read? Are you insulting me and telling me I don't know how to read? Let's see here. Hooked on phonics, yeah, it works for many people. We used to prank phone call, hooked on phonics, and we like, I can't read, and we pretend like we start crying and everything, and freak out the people on the other line. You remember, I got hooked on phonics when I was a kid. All the stuff at school was phonics, right? In the 90s, they created hooked on phonics. You had a witch of Hecate call me an ancient star, an observer, and I'm odd case. I have familiarity in my heart and soul. Say, I know her, so I'm more and more lost. Yeah, being lost is a choice. You don't have to be lost. You are making the decision. You find meaning in being lost. You don't have to be that way. You like being known as the devil. Well, you don't have to be that way. Study the Bible. I already have. I have studied it for years, Darla. What is that going to do? Nothing. Jace Jackson, nice to see you. Third time here. I have motivated you. Yeah, we're trying to motivate Christian fundamentalists like Darla here. Darla, you need to get ready for the rapture. You are supposed to be disrobed in your your front lawn, or pulling your car over, or leaving your workplace and getting ready for the rapture. You will be left behind if you have clothes on. That's what happened on September 23rd. That's why you're still here, Darla. You are not ready. You have to disrobe in order to be taken by the rapture mothership. You will be left behind. I got to catch up with you later sometime. Take care, everyone, gods and goddesses. Thank you, Athena. Thank you for being here today. The goddess of wisdom has been in our midst today for your spiritual entertainment privilege. So your prank phone calls, just don't block me. Tomas, I'm praying to God and asking to help me, and this is not helping. Didn't answer why. What kind of telephone are you using? Ignore the Jesus that never condemns slavery. What do you mean by that? Lilith, the more I read the Bible, the less religious I got, and driving me more to pagan. Yeah, the Bible made me pagan too. Reading about all the gods created by El Elyon. I wrote my Substack. I'm like, why the Bible made me pagan? Because you have this one God making all of these gods. It's all there in the narrative. Not all the gods are bad. What is this? These people are so perverted. I don't understand. You need to be raptured. Get out of here. You are going agape. Athena, you are intelligent. What I am or who? The goddess has left the building. I don't know if she'll be able to respond to you anymore. Paganism is just one skibbity. You don't like paganism? Good to see you, Kevin. What do you have against it? What do you have against it? Why God don't help me when I ask him? I don't know. That's something for you to find out. You have to find that out yourself. I mean, Jesus had opinions on everything, but was okay with humans enslaving each other. The biblical authors, now you have to distinguish between the real historical Jesus and the biblical myth writers who are writing their tales about Jesus Christ. There's a big difference, a horseshoe. And in that you find their own way of wanting to do their religion, right? Which slavery was promoted in the Old Testament. Slavery was promoted in the New Testament. Slaves, obey your masters. Why couldn't a moral being say, hey, let's stop this? And I think that Christ did that. He had women in ministry. He had all of this unheard of things that were always rooted out by the people running the show. They rooted out the woman. They rooted out the freedom that was being taught. They rooted out the act of love, of loving your neighbor without making dogma a requirement. I'm only going to love you if you have the right dogma. If you don't want to do it my way, you are a heretic. That type of love, right? You're cool. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. I got the Riz, as my kids would say. I am the Sigma. They call it. I want to be your Sigma. The teachings of Christ are not here now. They are in there. You need a shovel to find them. Fox Animations. Thank you. Thank you. I know what you're doing, Thomas. You're not fooling people here with your foolishness. Jesus of the Gnostics was not okay with slavery. That's right. The Gnostic tradition preserved so many memories of the actual Christian community that were erased from the mainstream. Let's see. If you can kill an insect without remorse, then you're not a lover of God. Well, I don't want to get bitten. I don't want to get bitten by the insect, so I will certainly kill it. There's no remorse for something that's trying to eat me alive like a horsefly. I'm not there yet. I'm not that's spiritually there yet, where I love maggots and stuff like that. Oh, you're such a part of me, maggot. I want to give you a kiss. No, I'm not there. Maybe you are. You like to play with maggots? Oh, you wonderful creatures. You're going to be eating dead flesh. You're going to be being a nuisance to somebody. You're just a little maggot now, but you're going to be, one day you're going to become a big horsefly and be stuck on someone's ass and eating their shit and things. And do you have that type of devotion to insects? Don't enslave each other. Okay. Who would worship a god that is considered a wife, the property of her husband? Right. And Lilith gave instructions to marry your rapist. Who would want a god like that, right? You are to marry your rapist. Do I think queers go to hell? No, I think jackasses like you. That's a good place for you to go. Goodbye. You want me to feel remorse for a tick? Yeah. If something's biting my ass, I'm going to kill it immediately. I'm going to have no remorse. The gods don't answer the selfish with, if needed then, but they are living. Then no, not on the same experience as we are. We're all just trying to exist. And you have the right to not kill a fungus or when you get worms and they're eating you alive, you could say, you have a right to eat me alive. Go ahead. Go ahead. Eat me up. You have a right to do that, right? Who is a rapturist? Yeah, we want to know of our rapturists that are here, still left in the chat. Are you ready for the rapture? Will you be taken away anytime soon? We are all hoping, we are rooting for your departure. We want you to be able to be taken away. Let's see here. Our God exists at all. I like, yes. How I see it is you have Elion, the great lady, and all of the children, and then us. One big family of whatever you want to call them. Only the willing may be sacrificed to the gods. And Oath is stepping up. He is willing. He's trying to bring back human sacrifice once again. Respect you, Deacon, for cultivating your own path despite the shouting of the Pharisees. You Pharisees, you are doing the same thing you have always been doing, condemning the people who are trying to help others. That's what you're doing. You are a raptor from a prehistoric age. Now, this is a funny story. When I came into Christianity, I got all this fundamentalist shit, and on my automobile, I had a sticker that said, "In case of rapture, this car will be unmanned." It says warning on it. And so I'm pulling into work. I was working in the union, putting up telephone poles, get all of these, macho men and union people there, all cussing and being who they are in the union. And I come in, some of them are of low intelligence as well. They're like, "Are you some type of Jurassic Park freak? Is the dinosaur going to be pulling you out of your car? Is that why you have the sign?" I'm like, "No, it says rapture, not raptor. There's a difference. I am not a Jurassic Park freak. I'm just a fundamentalist right now." And that's what I was doing. So that's a funny story. Are you from Ireland? I know my ancestors. That was some of my ancestors that were from there. How does anyone condemn the Bible was inspired? How does anyone confirm? Well, they do what is called a circular argument because it says so, but they're misquoting the text. It does not say inspired. It says life-giving. There's a difference. You can find life-givingness in anyone's scriptures. That doesn't mean they're infallible. They've changed the meaning of the text to create this narrative that everything in the Bible comes from God. It is a scam. It is not real. It is an evil thing to enslave people. And it's very unfortunate that 99%, 90% take the bait. I took the bait, as I thought I had to accept it that way in order to be loved. If I contradicted the material, I would be punished. I was enslaved. Just like some of the people that come on here, you are enslaved to a false and evil teaching. Why did God create dinosaurs? I don't know, for fun. I don't know. I wasn't around. I don't know which God created them. You have a narrative in the Old Testament where the Elohim were making things, that the earth brought up things after its own kind. There's no one creator in the narrative. There's lots of them. So maybe someone liked to make dinosaurs. They're like, dinosaurs are fun. I want to make some dinosaurs. I want Adam to ride around on the dinosaur. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's see here. Historical misrepresentation. Priests always say pray to connect with God and talk with God, though, bro. But God don't talk with me. Why? I don't get it. I know what you're doing. You are not fooling me, Thomas. Your mom told me she never loved me. I'm sorry to hear that. You are loved. Back, Deacon had to go for a while. Maria has returned. Our astrologer has entered the building once more. The stars have guided Maria back to assist with the perverts on here. Let's see. False and evil teaching. What is false and evil? I have to keep repeating the list. All right, well, let's start with the end. You have a God who is going to torment you just because you don't have the right ideas. That's for starters. Moving back into the book, you have a God who torments his own people, all of them. When one person gets it wrong, he sends scorpions to bite everyone. You have a God who torments you, who makes rules just when you break them to torture you. You have a God who hardens people's hearts in order to punish you. He is a wicked God. That is evil. Now, if it was somebody else's religion, you would clearly see it. But since you are brainwashed into your bizarre form of religion that celebrates a God who torments people, you can't see it because you are too afraid to look out. You are indoctrinated into fear, and therefore you must continue the fear and make excuses for it. If my father or mother was being an asshole, I would say, what you are doing, you are being an asshole. Well, you know what? They're just mom and pop. Sometimes they have to be assholes. No, they don't. Being an asshole is wrong. Let's see here. Society, economic, governmental needs, future failures. Thoughts on the sea, Deacon. I feel strong animistic tendencies. Yeah, there's certainly power, right? There's certainly a strong power from the ocean. This reality that in all mythologies as the realm of chaos, the realm of where matter and form meet in the ocean. There's a strong reality to that. I don't have any like thoughts on it, like deep. I've never meditated on water yet. I know that might come in one day. But it is a mythological place of this big creation pot, right? So maybe there's something in that for you. Do you believe the universe is never ending? Yes, I do. I believe that matter and energy are always existing. They come out of the uncreated energies of divinity. You can't prove it because I can't see them. Tell us how to interpret religious texts correctly then. Well, the best way to do it is to understand that people wrote it. That is the best way, not God's. Dr. Dudu Poo Poo Pee Pee is here. He understands that there's going to be 7 years of tribulation when we are left behind, 7 years of constipation. Dr. Dudu Pee Pee is here for your services during the 7 years of constipation. We are glad that you have arrived here to provide your services to the community here. This is a good man. That means well. Thank you. Assholes need love. That's how you tell them you are being an asshole. Blasphemy is a word, and it really means something. Yeah, it's a word to control and manipulate other people. When you have these words, you can burn them at the stake. You can put them on a rack. or you can make them, you can use social media to destroy them, right? There's always all kinds of ways to do it. It's a word to control and manipulate. That's what it is. Created by institutional religion. I called you. How do you know it was you? I might have been talking about someone else. First pages of the Bible, builders of the Tower of Babel, made the Bible, were Freemasons, yes. They were the Shriners, right? Let's see here. Skyrim, it is not Skyrim music. It is Oblivion. It is Oblivion. Haystack, you said you can't see it or explain it, but you can't see it or believe it's eternal. Meaning the galaxy, but people can believe in God. I don't give a shit what they believe in. I never said they can't believe in God. I never said that. I don't care. I just have a problem with the fundamentalists that want to destroy people with their religion. It's a big difference. Ali, good to see you again. If you can choose two of these vehicles, would it be the Chevy Camaro or the Ford Mustang? I would neither. I drive a Chrysler because that's the car that Jesus would drive, a Chrysler. You have to do what Jesus would do. So the Chrysler is my car. Let's see here. Blasphemy laws are for God. God's not worth defending, right? May the new foundation bring you new. Thank you. We can all use the new. A Chrysler. If you are a Christian, you need to be driving a Chrysler because that is the car that Jesus would drive. Don't drive on these other cars. You have to drive Chryslers. If you haven't accepted Jesus as your Savior, then you are lost and need to repent. I accepted him already. And I've also accepted Ceridwen as my personal maiden mother and crone. I have been reborn again of the cauldron of the Awan. So the more, the better. See, you drive, Marie, you drive a Chrysler. Do you really? You drive a Chrysler? Oh my goodness. Maria's a good Christian woman. Jesus never taught fundamentalism, but love. I can get with that. The social pyramid is the middle class. So middleman mentality. This is all of this social classism is created by the archons to control you and manipulate people. And I believe Christ taught people that we are to have a kingdom and everyone is ruling and reigning in it. There is no social class. There is only family. I think that is more appropriate. Jesus is the only way to the Father, and Ceridwen is the only way to the Mother. Come to the cauldron of Ceridwen. Accept her as your personal goddess. Before Goin tips over the cauldron and takes all the Awan for himself. Accept Ceridwen. Accept her as your personal maiden mother and crone. Our good fundamentalist friend here. You need her in your life. That should be like a first day lesson then. Perhaps. Maybe it was. But, these things, they get distorted by people with their agendas, right? And that's what happens to when you start writing your religion down. It becomes someone's agenda. It becomes something for the class. A lot of mythology, some of it is used to control people. Like the idea of Valhalla, right? It means you have to be a contributing warrior in the society in order to be rewarded. That is something that controls people. It is a form of manipulation by people who are in charge. Let's see here. You tried meditation in the past. All right. Well, give up, Thomas. Just give up. Is she related to Hecate? But I'm sure they're friends, right? Hecate is a Greek goddess that was adopted into modern witchcraft. She was represented as a certain type of goddess, for this reemergence of witchcraft. People that were presenting these ideas, they were very popular during the 60s and things like that. But she is more like Sophia. She was a Titaness. Her mother was a Titan. Her father was a Titan. And in the mythology of the Greeks, she becomes a pivotal figure, a person that becomes the world soul in a way, whose domains are that of earth, sky, and sea. She's a very important person in the myth of Persephone, being this person who witnessed her abduction. She's a very important person in the magical practices of the witches of Thessaly. And she had a very cultural reality. The great witch Medina in the tale of the Odyssey, was it? Oh no, Jason and the Argonauts. She had a very important mythology, and she was seen as a protector, a savior, and so that she is a very important person. You have the same face, this archetype that we try to put. This triple goddess is not something unique to her. It is a shared reality. Like Morrigan is a triple goddess. Let's see here. What do you make of spiritual elite, like a council of elected elders versed in meditation and philosophers and kings? Ideally, that is the best, but corruption, yeah, I'm against it. I believe that Christianity was right, that you are everything spiritual. It is all inside of you. There is no guru or master. You all have access to the same thing. Someone who is a leader in your community should be someone who gives you what you need. Should not be someone that is above you. That's why he said, don't call no one father. You should call people brothers and sisters. People who get this spiritually elite, it breaks the institution apart. In the Druid community that I belong to, there are no elites. We're all equals, whatever rank you are. You're all on the same path together, and you only elect people out of the need for organization. That is all. Like the chief druid, which her name is. She's an Irish lady. Her name is Amir something. I can't even pronounce her name. You are getting deeper into the thoughts of what you get stuck with before you get stuck with yourself. Meditation is hard, right? If there is God, everyone can choose their own paths. Yes, that's the way it should be. What are your views on Bahamut? I had a dream about him once. Well, there's different mythologies about this reality, some positive, some negative. The problem is, when it comes to a grand architect of the universe, when it presents itself to you, it's going to use what you are naturally understand. Sometimes when gods or angels or spirits or powers, they use your imagination to put a face on what they are. And now if you're stuck with this pointy-haired thing from Jack Chick with a pentagram, right? You have an image there that is kind of dark and sinister, right? But there are positive images of horned gods as well, like Keranos or Pan. Pan is not. There are different mythologies of Pan. Some mythologies make Pan into a pervert. Some make him into a Christ, right? You have all of these images that we use to see the spiritual. So that's probably what happened to you. You saw some. I don't know what the Bahamut would be for you. I've only seen a horned deity. What that is all that I've been exposed to. It might be more for Masonic people. I have a tainted vision because of Jack Chick. He messed up my understanding of the Bahamut. Oh, let's see here. I like this guy. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Good afternoon, Sam. Nice to see you. Leona, take the collar off, brother. You're not Catholic. No, I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment, and you have made your way here to be spiritually entertained, not to hear some church that is going to control and manipulate you. And too bad for you, Leona. You can't have a hamburger on Friday during Lent, because if you do, you will burn in hell. You will be subject to mortal sin for your disobedience. If you miss a church service on purpose, you will burn in hell. You are being disobedient. Well, you won't get that here. You can eat a hamburger on Lent. Preferably a vegan hamburger. Let's see here. I like this. Okay, God is not great. Not for you. Is water baptism necessary for salvation? Well, that depends on what you believe about salvation. Now, water baptism is an important symbol in the Christian community because it's a immersion into Eden. Eden is the way that you experience divinity. So you are brought into the experience of Eden through what is natural. It's a very important symbol. So it would be necessary if you understand salvation as something that is making you divine, allowing you to eat from the tree of life. You have to go return to Eden. That is the purpose of baptism. It gives you the power to return. Let's see here. Hopefully I can fully amends with her. She hates you. I'm sorry to hear that. Take it things are crappy for you at the moment. On the day of judgment, we will be held accountable if we choose Jesus as our Savior. Please, I'm not interested in your version of Jesus. I don't want to be held accountable because I have the wrong ideas. I think that is inappropriate. You had a dream about a giant red eye on a door. Interesting. Very interesting. I like worshiping Mary over Yah. Well, Mary's more fun than Yah. Yahweh is a jerk. How do you feel about the Pope blessing ICE while thousands die in Nigeria? I don't know what that means. I don't keep up with all the antics of the Pope. I'm not Roman Catholic. Things are great. Okay. Flapio, if I may ask, do you feel as though we may be living in the end times? The Revelations explains what starts to see. Yes, today is the rapture. Flapio, if you want to be taken in the rapture, please disrobe right now, run outside and get raptured. You only have a few hours left. You have a few hours left and the rapture will be coming back again in 10 years. Get raptured now before it is too late. Take off your clothes, run outside, rapture! I gave it to you. I give it to you. Let's see, trying to catch up. You are entertained, wonderful. I have 666 on my neck. Oh, stupid. Yes, I am a representative of the beast. Like and subscribe, and I will tell the beast that you're okay with me. Pan is an old god from the Celtic mythology. It is from the Greek mythology. Part of the connection between hunting and that is a different type of god. Pan is a Greek god. He is the son of Apollo and a nymph. He correlates to a Christ-type person. He's the Lord of Shepherds. He is part high divine and part of the creation. Oh, what is this music here? Go back to my Oblivion music. I want my Oblivion music, not Resident Evil. No, thank you. So his mythology is Greek. Now you have different types of horned gods. The Celtic horned god would be Keranos, right? That would be the horned god in the Celtic pantheon. Pan is from Greece, that's right. Trying to catch up to you. I see what you mean. Thank you, Father Friar. Sorry. I am unfamiliar with the titles. I appreciate it either way. You are well. Jewish oral midrash on tradition states that she was 3 years old, Isaac's wife. Yeah. You are just an internet troll. Disappointing. Have a good evening. Goodbye, Floppo. See you later. Go get raptured. Go get raptured. May the world be better. Sorry about spamming. I have a lot of interesting things happening, unfortunately. No, you're fine. You are fine. And now, I am coming to a conclusion here. Any last comments and questions, I will get to them. But tomorrow, I will be back. Perhaps Rapture 4.0. Maybe they got the hours wrong. Maybe there'll be a Rapture tomorrow. Who knows? And then later on in the evening, I will be here to talk about earth-based spirituality, some practical steps in trying to cultivate earth-based spirituality in your life. Let's see here. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I am gay man. Am I allowed into heaven? Yeah. These things are so foolish. If you're a real gay man, why would you come on to talk about that kind of stuff, right? What you are doing, you are promoting, trying to cause division in things. Father, I found a group called Daughters of Odin. A very good, relaxing music. Try it out. Interesting. Who is the Celtic or Germanic sea god? Now that's an interesting thing that I have no idea, because amongst the Celts you have all kinds of river gods and all kinds of water gods and things. A particular sea god. That's an interesting. I wouldn't know that. Matthew 24. Wonderful. Funky John Medina is here, coming in at the end, reminding you that I am a false teacher and will lead you to nothing. John, I was talking about goddesses today. What is false about that? Talking about mythology. How is that false? I'm talking about a mythology. I'm talking about people's goddesses and things. What is false about that? What am I doing wrong by telling people about that? John, you need Caradwin as your personal maiden, mother, and crone before it is too late. I'm going to come on your channel, John, and start talking about accept Caradwin. Accept her into your life. Accept her into your heart. She stands at the door and knocks. Says, do you want my Owen? It is here. Let me in before Gawain takes it. And he takes all the Owen for himself and becomes Taliesin. Come, receive it. He is a false teacher. I can't join tomorrow. You are getting raptured at 6 p.m. You are ready to go. You are naked. You have disrobed. You have prepared for liftoff to be taken by the rapture mothership into the sky. Whatever. No one knows the time or the date. Well, the guy in Africa did. People believed in him so much that they sold their homes. They gave away their children and pets. They emptied their bank accounts out. So he must have some credit to be able to get thousands and thousands of people to do this. And then he says, well, there's a mix-up with the Julian calendar. And it'll be October 6th will now be the rapture. The reason why there's no rapture is you are not naked. You have to be naked to leave. John, take your clothes off. Run out in the front yard and get raptured before it is too late. Come on, John. You don't have nothing to be ashamed of. Get raptured. Disrobe. Yeah, go disrobe. Leave us here with our 7 years of constipation with the Antichrist. While we fight this problem with constipation, the Antichrist is going to enslave the world. He's going to be the one responsible for the flow of X-lax into the world and Metamucil. And only those who get the mark of the beast on their forehead, which is going to be a big E for X-lax. Only those will be able to access the resources needed to deal with their constipation during the end times. I love prophecy, Daniel, but not this crazy stuff that Christians believe in. Nero, God has disappointed me. He only takes, but he never gives. I know he doesn't care enough about me. I give up on God. I'm turning my back on him. Thoughts. Well, Nero, you never had a God to begin with. That's my thoughts on it. I rebuke you, false prophet, in the name of Jesus Christ. White lines going through my mind. Do it. Do it. Thank you. You got out the demon of coke out of my mind. Thank you for delivering me from the power of the devil. I appreciate you very much. That song just kept going over and over in my mind. All this strange hip hop about white lines, and thank you for delivering me from that demon. I appreciate you. What would I do without you, Christian fundamentalists, casting all of these demons out of me? I'd be constipated all the time with demons if it wasn't for you. So I thank you very much. Let's get it 27 for delivering me from the power of this evil spirit. You have done a great deed here for all of us today. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Daniel, prophecy is certainly a real reality, but nothing is set in stone. Every tongue will confess and get raptured right now. I pray you drink more holy water. Please cleanse the demons within. Yeah, put a little laxatives in it. All right. It is time for me to depart. I have to get ready for the rapture. I'm going to become a believer, in a fundamentalist Christian for this evening. I'm going to be disrobing. Now, if you want to see this process, join our community. It will be on my OnlyFans page, me participating in the rapture. There's a join button over there. You can go and become a member of our community. You can hang out on Discord with us. You can watch me get ready for the rapture. That's what I'm going to do right now. I can't do it on YouTube because they will end the program. But I'm going to be getting ready for the rapture in my front yard with my neighbors that are Christian fundamentalists. I'm like, hey guys, hey everybody, how's it hanging? Well, that rapture is coming. Let's do this. So I will be back tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Like and subscribe.